Warning, despite the subject matter at the focus of these videos, my reviews are not intended for viewers under the age of 13, so if you're not of age, turn off the video now. Are they gone? Great, let's get to the intro already. Sorry to say, guys, but I think I may have run into my first roadblock since coming back to this show. As you may recall, when I did my live reaction video to the 5th episode of Beast Morphers, I mentioned that I had watched episodes 5 through 7 in that filming session. Unfortunately, my old microphone gave out during that filming session to the point where only the episode 5 reaction was usable. However, the reason I say that I've run into my first roadblock since returning is not because of any type of technical issues, but rather the fact that as I sit here getting ready to review episode 7 of Beast Morphers, I can't remember a single thing about it. I mean, episodes 5 and 6 have been memorable since I first saw them, but even though the title of this episode is vaguely familiar to me, I can't think of any moment from episode 7. This can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. Best case scenario, this is a hidden gem that just slipped my mind because I've been away from this show for too long. However, there is the worst case scenario where this episode is just as forgettable as when I first saw it. I hope this isn't the case because I just talked in the last review about how everything in this show will be important from now on. Not to mention the fact that this is the penultimate episode before the scheduled hiatus, so it would be a good idea to start building that cliffhanger right now. Either way, I'm not going to get anywhere by just speculating, so let's see what we're in for as we look at Power Rangers Beast Morphers Episode 7, A Friend Indeed. The episode opens with Blaze and Roxy creating a Robotron? What the fuck? We just started. However, the two have a plan since they order Railtron to steal the Beastbot's memory data, saying that if Scruzzle gets his hands on it, he can control the Megazord. That's a fantastic plan of attack after the last episode. At GB, Devin and Ravi are sparring with each other, and when they take a break, Smash offers a blueberry sports drink to the Blue Ranger, but he declines in favor of water. Devin takes the drink instead, just as Cruz comes in with Devin's favorite drink, so Red tells the bot he's late and asks if Cruz used that shortcut he told him about. Cruz says no before Devin tells Ravi he's done training for now, but the Blue Ranger still has more in the tank, so Smash offers to be his sparring partner. However, Smash works too softly for Ravi because he doesn't want to hurt the Blue Ranger, and only succeeds in ruining his shirt with frosting? Weird. Elsewhere, Zoe's looking for Jax because he had picked up some office supplies for her, but when she checks the bag the bot left, she only finds party supplies. Jax says the clerk at the store must have given him the wrong bag before Ben and Betty enter, with the duo taking the bag and leaving with Jax as the other Rangers walk in. Zoe explains what just happened before Nate tells the Rangers to meet him out back for mission training, so the team keeps talking as they grab their blasters.
Cruz is constantly forgetting things, which makes him late.
And Smash is always mothering. It's pretty annoying.
Sometimes I wish they would just do what we ask. No questions, no drama. You know?
Oh, I see where this is going. When the Rangers get outside, they're surprised by a car heading right for them, but when the car phases right through the team, Nate reveals it was just a hologram he made. However, he doesn't explain how blaster fire couldn't go through the hologram. Nate goes on to say that he's programmed hologram tech into each of the Rangers' blasters before the Beastbots show up, asking the team if they want to come inside for a short break. The Rangers decline since they're a little busy, and that couldn't be truer as Tronics suddenly appear and start attacking. The Rangers hold off the Tronics, but as the baddies keep on coming, they decide it's morphin' time. During the fight, Railtron sneakily steals the memory data of Cruz and Smash, but before he can do the same to Jax, Zoe shoots down the Robotron. Blaze teleports in to check on Railtron's progress and says that 2 memory discs will have to do for now before the villains retreat. Zoe updates the other Rangers on what she just saw, but before the team can speculate on what the Robotron was doing, Jax notices Cruz powered down. The team checks on both downed Beastbots right before they reboot, so Nate takes them back to his lab for analysis. Nate discovers that Railtron Robotron stole all kinds of data from Smash and Cruz's memory banks, including their personalities. He further explains to Ravi and Devin that Smash and Cruz are now only programmed to obey the Blue and Red Rangers respectively, rather than be their friends. Nate adds that the bots will be like this until he can replace their personalities, but Ravi tells him to take his time since both he and Devin are happy to try out these more robotic versions of their sidekicks. As they leave, Nate overhears Devin call this situation a lucky break, which causes him to tell Zoe that her teammates take their Beast Bots for granted. This leads Nate to once again talk about how much he wants a brother, and Zoe's response almost makes me think she has a brother, and if she does, I'm 99% sure we'll meet that guy before the end of this season. Again, don't spoil things for me in the comments. Anyway, Devin tries to use the shortcut he told Cruz about earlier, glad the bot obeyed him this time without question, but things go south fast as Devin ends up getting hit by tree branches and covered in mud. Ravi also has a tough time with new Smash, since the bot doesn't hold back when sparring with the Blue Ranger and punches him so hard Ravi flies into the wall. However, Zoe also has bad luck with Jax, since she can't find her tablet even though the bot left it in Nate's lab to charge. Things get even weirder when Zoe asks Jax for the door code to a room he was just in, but Jax says he doesn't know it. Back in Nate's lab, the scientist helps Red and Blue recover from their Beast Bot encounters before Zoe comes in to complain about Jax.
Oh, sometimes I think I'd be better off without a Beast Bot. What?
I heard that.
I'm not crying. You're crying. These damn robots and making me feel things. The guilt trip doesn't stop there, as Jax leads the Rangers into the locked room from earlier, revealing the bots were planning a surprise party for the Rangers. Zoe and Devin say that's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for them, with Ravi adding that they don't deserve friends like the Beast Bots. Nate comes running in, saying he knows why Blaze stole the bots' memories, and after learning the evil plan, Jax offers himself as bait to lure out the villains. Zoe protests, not wanting to see Jax get hurt, but Ravi says this may be the only way to get Smash and Cruz back to normal, with Jax adding that he trusts the Rangers to protect him. The team sets their plan into motion by looking for Railtron at the train station and splitting up. When Jax is alone, Railtron jumps out to steal his memories, but the Rangers reveal they've been hiding behind holograms this whole time and knock Railtron down. Zoe picks up the dropped memory discs and gives them to Jax, who heads back to GB while the Rangers deal with the Robotron. During the fight, we get to see why Railtron was sneaking around all over the place, since the Rangers mopped the floor with him easily. Jeez, with Railtron being based on a train, I thought he'd be stronger. With the Robotron defeated, Skruzzle sends out multiple Giga Drones, so the Rangers check on Nate's progress with Smash and Cruz. Luckily, it doesn't take long for the bots to get their memories back, and the Zords are deployed soon after. The Rangers try to take down the Giga Drones with their individual Zords, but when that strategy proves ineffective, they form the Beast X Megazord. Much like last time, the Megazord just plows through all three Giga Drones, earning the Rangers yet another victory. After the fight, the Beast Bots try to meet the Rangers in a dark room before the lights come on, and the Rangers surprise the bots with a party of their own to show their appreciation. The Rangers have a heart-to-heart with the Beast Bots before Nate asks where Ben and Betty are, so Smash reveals the two were hiding in the cake this whole time. Cut to the Cyberverse, where Blaze and Roxy see Skruzzle working with the Tronics, and the episode ends with Skruzzle revealing that he's building a Cybergate that Evox can use to return to Earth and take over the Morphin Grid. Bum bum bum! This episode is good, but I can see why I had trouble remembering it earlier. This has nothing to do with the quality of the episode, which again is excellent, and everything to do with the type of TV episode this is. This episode plays on the classic grass isn't always greener trope, where a character or characters think their life would be much better if X happened, and then after that does happen in the episode, the characters come to realize they were much better off before. It's a very basic plot for an episodic series like this, and for the most part, Beast Morphers doesn't do anything new with it. This time the Rangers take their Beast Bots for granted, only to come to the realization that they have feelings too, and blah 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 blah. I'm sorry, but how many times must we go down this road with Power Rangers? I got the idea when Neo Saban first tried this back in 2013 with Robo Knight. Hell, you'd think these Rangers would know better, since Grid Battle Force is aware of all past Rangers, and they had a robot sidekick from the very beginning in Alpha 5. Then again, we still had robo-racism in SPD, and that's set in the future, so maybe they have a long way to go. But my point still stands, this is an overused theme that we need to lay off of for a few years. However, even though this idea has been done to death, the execution really does sell it. You feel the disappointment and sadness in Jax's voice as he tells the Rangers about the party, and as a result, you buy the Rangers feeling guilty for treating their robot friends so poorly. Personally, I think this would be more impactful if something like this happened in Season 2, but since this episode ends with the Rangers on better terms with their Beast bots, it opens the door for something worse happening to the bots later on. Not saying that's going to happen, but I'll reserve judgment until I watch the rest of the show. Lastly, I want to talk about the villains for a bit, because I like what's done with them here. Rather than open the episode with a quick scene of Blaze and Roxy coming up with a plan to take down the Rangers in the Cyberverse, like in your typical episode, here we open with the Dastardly duo already putting their plan into action because that Cyberverse scene happened at the end of the last episode. Evox blamed Blaze and Roxy for the Rangers having a Megazord, so it stands to reason that their next evil plan would involve them trying to take it for themselves. The last episode also had Scruzzle steal a bunch of the Rangers' tech, which explains why he's suddenly able to build a Cybergate, and since the episode didn't bring that up until the final scene, it creates a nice cliffhanger for next time. Overall, this is a mostly typical episode of this show, with a little bit of ingenuity sprinkled in, mostly because of how the villains are handled. While I'm personally sick of all the robots are people too stuff that Power Rangers can't seem to get away from, this is still an episode that teaches a good moral and is executed pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and recommend this one. I'm Nick, aka IronBet1993, and may the power protect you.
Hey there, have you heard about my robot friend? He's metal and small and doesn't judge me at all. He's a cyber wire bundle of joy, my robot friend.